Hey there guys, Mikey here, and welcome to Star Week, Comic Junkies Corner Special Edition, where we talk about nothing but Star Wars. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. And if you couldn't tell by the title already, we are going to talk about one particular property today, and that property is Star of the Clone Wars. Hey man, hey look, don't get mad at me just because they got messed up titles. That's what it says. But we're not talking about the TV show. We're talking about the actual movie that came out. Yep, there was a movie. You probably didn't know about that. And this movie was actually supposed to serve as a pilot episode for the TV show. And boy is it very obvious. But I'm going to separate this video into two parts. I'm going to talk about the good things and the not so good. Mainly because it'll be easier for me to edit that way. So some good things, we got a cool cast. We got Samuel L. Jackson still playing Mace Windu. We got Christopher Lee playing Count Dooku. And we got Anthony Daniels playing C-3PO. So we actually have some of those characters who have been in the Star Wars franchise who have come back and played the same characters in this animated film. I guess Anthony Daniels you could take or leave because, you know, he was kind of mean to a particular individual. If you know about that story, you know what I'm talking about. But at the same time, it is still kind of cool that they did bring those people in to play their respective characters. Second thing I want to talk about is the action sequences. There are some really cool action sequences. Look, you guys know me. I'm very fair. I give credit where credit's due. And there are some moments in there and I'm just like, that was kind of cool. You know me, I'm not a hater. Just because something, I may not like something doesn't mean I can't admit that there's something good. I'm not just going to sit there and just be like, Zai. The other good thing, the villain is Ventress. She's built up pretty well in this particular movie, I'll say that. And when she does reveal herself and starts, you know, going at it and everything, it's pretty cool to watch. I will say that. Another good thing, you can take this as a good thing, I guess. I'm calling it a good thing. The relationship between Anakin and Ahsoka didn't bother me all that much. I was really afraid about this relationship just because of the fact that you are bringing in this new character. She's a kid, and you know how like you have this kid sidekick who could turn out to be very annoying. They dial it back a little bit. She does kind of start out that way, but they do dial it back some. So their relationship is a little bit, it's tolerable to a certain degree. I guess that's kind of an in-between kind of thing if you want to look at it that way. And now for the not so good. This is taking place between episode 2 and episode 3 of the series, so it still has that prequel vibe. There's a lot of the stupid humor that's in there, and look, there is a time and a place for stupid humor. As weird as it's gonna sound, stupid humor only really works if it makes sense for the characters to be stupid. Stupid droids don't make sense. Stupid droids are literally just that. They're stupid and they talk with this annoying minion voice, and it just it grinds at my nerves every time like they're on screen and they're just doing something. Now, I'm not talking about like stupid in terms of like they don't know, like ignorance or anything like that. Like they just don't understand emotion or they don't understand a particular situation or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like flat out just dumb, like Three Stooges dumb. And for the universe and everything that the environment that they're working in, it makes absolutely no sense. So all they really do is just come off more as annoying than they do funny. And I know that's supposed to be for the quote unquote for the kids, but I can't see myself as a kid laughing at that. I might not be as bothered by it, but I probably wouldn't find it funny. Another thing, the acting. Look, you guys know I don't talk about acting very often, but there is that same prequel acting throughout most of the film. Everyone's really flat, and it's weird because this is an animated movie. So for me, it was slightly more tolerable when they were actual people, slightly. But now that this is an animated series, you're like, you're voice acting now, like, care! Please, just show act like you care. And I'm not really talking about Anakin and Sokka. They are the two that have like kind of the most life out of most of the movie, and which kind of makes sense because they are the main characters of it. But everyone else is just so dialed back, and I'm just like, I mean, if you want your kids to be interested in this, it's like, you gotta bring a little bit more life into this. You gotta have something other than the action that's going on. So when you have the scenes where they're just talking, it's still interesting and it's still engaging. Another thing that I still don't like, even in the show, even though they've they've smoothed it out a little bit with the show, but I still don't really like the animation style. Some of the characters just are very unappealing, especially like the Emperor and Mace Windu. I'm being perfectly honest, Mace Windu looks like a Super Saiyan 3 Nappa. And like I said, in the show, they've improved on that a little bit, but I'm looking at this as a movie in and of itself. And it's just not that, some of the characters just aren't that appealing. There's like the shadows in certain places that just makes everyone look really just, I don't want to say like tired or anything like that. You know, like you get the dark circles under your eyes and stuff like that. It's like, no, they're literally drawn that way to where the shadows are just so pronounced and like they look so like just not very appealing to the eye. And lastly, the plot. I don't care. The plot is basically the Jedi are trying to rescue Jabba the Hutt's son because, you know, X, Y, and Z happens and stuff like that. But just being realistic, you don't care. It just feels like things are just happening. If I were to kind of compare it to what it felt like, it feels like 3 episodes, maybe 4, of a television show that was just slapped together and they made a movie out of it. And if you look at it that way, yeah, it's probably okay. You may give it more of a pass, but if you're looking at this as a movie, it's not really working in that regard. Do I like it? I kind of look at it like the same way I look at Superman 3. It's more of like adventures in times of Anakin Skywalker. Kind of like Superman 3 was kind of like adventures in times of whoever the character Richard Pryor was playing that just happened to have Superman in the movie. So that's what it kind of felt like. And I kind of looked at it that way. And I've always kind of looked at it that way. So I never thought it was as bad. Do I like it? Not really, but I don't hate it. It doesn't make me angry or anything like that, except for the humor of the stupid droids. It just makes me want to just throw them off a cliff. See, I knew I liked you, Ventress. And it's kind of one of those things that's just like, it's in that weird limbo of just like, you might just forget about it after you see it or anything like that. Or it's just something that's on in the background. If you are a fan of the prequels, I can't say that you would enjoy this just because nothing really happens. You know, it's just, I mean, there's things that are happening, but as far as investment goes, you don't care. It really is just kind of something that's on in the background. But anyway, guys, that's my take on Clone Wars. What did you think of Clone Wars? Did you have the same experience that I had with it? If you did, put it down in the comments below. If you didn't, put it down in the comments below. What did you like? What did you hate? Whatever. Just put it down there and we'll talk about it. Also, you can visit our website. It'll be in the card right here, or right here, wherever the corner is, or will be right down in the description below, where you can click on that link and it will take you to a poll and you can vote for your favorite Star Wars property. And guess what? You get to vote for more than one. I set it up that way, just for you because I like you. Do it. Thank you guys for tuning in to Star Week on McBlam Entertainment, where we try to bring a little enjoyment to your day every day. And I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next episode.